Now, let's head over to the U.S., where the Biden administration expressed relief, apparently, that President Yoon reversed his order. We have a Voice of America correspondent, Jessica Stone, standing by. Hello there, Jessica.
Good morning.
So, Jessica, how is the White House reacting to the news at the moment?
Well, they are basically confirming that they did not get any heads up on this, no notification in advance to state or to the Pentagon either. But as you say, they do welcome President Yoon's statement that he would rescind the order declaring emergency martial law. And they also reaffirmed their support for the people of Korea and the U.S. ROK alliance. The National Security Council spokesperson also gave this statement to VOA saying, quote, the administration is in contact with the ROK government and is monitoring the situation closely as we work to learn more. And of course, that was early on in the reporting that we've been doing here at VOA. And we know now that there has been increased contact between the two governments since that point.
Well, it looks like the declaration was just as surprising to the U.S., but do we have any, evidence or clue as to why the U.S. was not pre-notified?
We still don't have that piece of the puzzle, and I think we'll continue to look for it. But it's also the view of certainly those in our VOA Korea service that a lot of this is a domestic matter, that this is a political situation that President Yoon was taking upon himself to handle. And that to the extent that it impacts allies, we don't have evidence that it has impacted, for example, the U.S. troops. And certainly the U.S. is maintaining it is not at all calling into question the strength of the alliance between the two nations.
Well, at least the good thing is that the Pentagon is saying that there's no change in the defense posture in terms of U.S. troops stationed here in South Korea. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, no curfew for the troops, no movement of those troops, according to the Pentagon spokesperson. He also says that there has been contact between the two militaries. And I would expect that when we wake up here in the United States in the morning, we'll have additional reporting about the conversations that have taken place. There's so many relationships between diplomats at the military level, at the National Security Council level between these two nations. They've been working so much more closely together along with Japan, particularly on issues surrounding Taiwan and combating China, as well as what's going on in the South China Sea. They also, at the Pentagon, did give us this piece of information that they have, quote, no indication that North Korea is trying to take advantage of the situation. So I know that's a main concern of those of you on the peninsula, so I just want to pass that along as well.
Right. But still, the U.S. is not taking things lightly. It's now issuing safety precautions to U.S. citizens here in South Korea, isn't it?
That's true, and they are telling people to be careful about where they go and to actually avoid sending their kids to schools. I believe on December 4th, and they will be limiting the activity at the embassy and at the consulate there in South Korea. I believe we have a statement with them, which I'm just pulling up here. From the embassy, which says that December 4th, the U.S. Embassy will cancel routine consular appointments for U.S. citizens and visa applicants, and that U.S. Embassy employees should telework. So they're really limiting the traffic in and out of the embassy just in the event or the occasion that U.S. citizens would potentially make themselves a targets. And as I said earlier, limiting in-person school attendance of U.S. Embassy children. So that guidance going out just in the last couple of hours to U.S. citizens working and living in South Korea.
Jessica, before I let you go, any word or comment from the incoming President-elect Donald Trump?
Not yet. We haven't heard from him, which, this new iteration of incoming President Trump is a little more circumspect than the round one. We don't always hear from him right away, and certainly he's not the sitting president, so it wouldn't be appropriate to hear from him. But remember, a lot of the people he's placed around him and reappointed to be around him were closely involved in the negotiations, particularly with North Korea and with the rapprochement that was taking place under the first Trump administration. So these are not people that are new to the peninsula politics, and certainly we may well hear from them certainly about their thoughts on this during the confirmation hearings in the coming weeks.
Alrighty, Jessica, thanks so much for connecting with us this afternoon. We appreciate it.
You bet. Take care.